Hello everyone, and welcome to something slightly different, and you'll have to excuse the background or lack thereof because, well, I only use short clips for this collage here, and well, for reasons I really don't know what I can do about, I lost the first of these clips. Well, I think the issue is that the USB connector on my laptop is not quite, well, the physical connection to the wire from the capture device to my laptop is sometimes, yeah, not on, and yeah, that's not good, and well, that basically, yeah. So for that reason, we have no clip number one here. But basically, the first thing that happens is that I discover that you can take that fishing pole that you could use with the breadcrumbs from somewhere, I think, and go fish in the pond near the young Victor in the Central Dreamscape. When you do, you get a bass. If you examine the bass in your inventory, you can opt to disembowel it. If you do so, you get a dead fish and young Victor's map. The fish you can then take to, I think it is Selma Theed's cottage in her dream, and then grill the bass over the open flame there, but well, at some point I just did not have the fish anymore in my inventory, and I don't remember at which point I lost it from my inventory, so, well, obviously you can use it for something, but don't ask me why. Anyway, on to the next clip. Now, in this clip I have to sort of apologize. This came sort of in the middle of everything. Basically, this is where I noticed that my connector was glitching out again. So I lost part of this clip as well that way. But it should be good from this point on. Now, what happened here is that, of course, you noticed how the God Vector had a phone. If we examined the phone, we could get his phone number. If we go back to the apartment complex, we could then take the elevator down to the surveillance place in Mr. Morton's little den, and there he has a phone. Note that if you use the correct photographs and put them in the proper place in Selma Theed's apartment, the wall there that lets you rearrange the parts of the Central Dreamscape, you can also use the phone in one of those screens that you get that way. But I used the one here in Morton's surveillance room. So this is from a phone call. I mean, you click on the phone and then you can use it to call God Victor. And yeah, I sent the old Victor to, let's see, the old house, right. So when we go back to, yeah, Central Dreamscape, God Victor will no longer be there, and we can then take his map piece. For this next part here, well, I'm sorry, but it seems I'm just clicking around random in confusion. So while I do that, I would like to point out that this is my, by far, most advanced video editing project on this channel yet. Maybe something more, more work intensive down the line, but yeah, you never know. In this part, I start recording shortly after discovering that if you examine the fridge here in Edie's old apartment, you can get an egg. You can also use this egg together with the fishing rod, and there you go, use it as a bait. At the time I'm recording this post-commentary, I have yet to find a place where you can actually use the fishing rod with the new bait. But hey. And yeah, this is a very long clip, so I am expecting there will be a lot that I find. Yeah, I don't really remember exactly what goes on in these clips. Click, moving around. Oh hey, Mr. Middle-aged Me. And note that periodically you get new dialogue options. Some of these conversations I click through fairly rapidly. So when we do this, there will eventually be another Victor moving around in the central dreamscape together with us, and he will be looking for us. And well, you'll see. I'm pretty sure I got a clip of it somewhere. If it's not in this one, it will be in one of the following clips. Yeah. Your appearance in dream worlds, well, I suppose they aren't really, you know, what you would realistically expect from, you know, real world. So you can ask questions in this part of the dialogue tree to get some new information. I don't think I get any more out of middle-aged Victor right now, unfortunately. Now, I keep thinking that I will find something among the beer bottles. Speaking with other Victors, it does seem like I will. But at the time I'm recording this post-commentary, I have yet to actually discover anything in there. And that is a completely accurate suspicion. We will find who did it later. So I won't spoil it right now. Well, I mean, this is a sort of I mean, if you abstract it a little, it's a, well, I guess it's a kind of fascinating thought exercise. I mean, how do we know that we are real and not just some, well, figment of our imagination or whatever? This Victor believes that if he had a belly button, he would be real. Of course, René Descartes once said, I think, therefore I am. That's thinking kind of like that. Well, anyway, let's move on. We need to speak... Oh, right. Yeah, this is where we got the other Victor. That surprised me. When I first saw the other Victor walk off screen, I was quite confused. And I was quite confused this time as well. Okay, so we should go back and speak to the young Victor fishing about the baby Victor's map. Okay, there you go. I'll let this play out without commentary. Yeah, this deal, I'm reasonably sure that is the Victor from the start of chapter 6, when we're falling into the void, and we basically changed places with him. So now we brought him back to this world. Oh well. There's the brakes. And here's our map thief. He gives us a bit of a hint here we sort of saw in our live stream, that we could overlay maps on top of each other, and well, anyway, I will try this later and come up with absolutely nothing. But he does also tell us where baby Victor's map is, which is in the screen with the crib, close to the crib, but slightly separate from it, so it's not on the screen you get when you go to talk to baby Victor. You have to, well, yeah, there you go. I think I will show you. So here we are at baby Victor's screen, and that's our map piece. I think we are up to 3 or 4 by now. So let's maybe go back to Edie's place and put this in as well. Yeah, I think this is the 4th piece I collect. So I'm thinking that perhaps if I overlay these and line up the map cues, the north, south, is this right? Of course I don't do that right now. Oh yeah, you can see now that I have 3 map pieces already affixed to the wall, and here comes number 4. Now I suspect that it is eventually going to be there, at the place I just put it, but I miss a few pieces. Well, obviously I missed 2 map pieces to get the full wall, but maybe that's perfectly fine. I will experiment a little with the positioning of these maps. Maybe I do that off screen as well. I don't know. We'll see. And let's see what this gives us. Or not, as the case may be. Oh, yeah, right. Now I'm going to take all these pictures and try to overlay them on top of each other, like we did back in chapter something. I could also take the time to say that the thing with the bass I mentioned at the start of the video, how we could grill it, it sort of mirrors what we did back in the start of chapter 1, if you remember. If there's any significance to that, I honestly don't know. If anyone can tell me, you know, feel free. And this is going to just result in a bunch of chaos, yeah, and pretty much a whole lot of wasted time and potential. And I am having very limited success in actually putting these up against the porthole. Well, anyway, I think I will end the commentary here, and you can, well, I mean, for this little clip, and you can just watch the insanity unfold on your own time. Now, at this point, some victors had started to talk about a machine imposter. And I was just clicking through these dialogue trees as well, sort of at random, haphazardly, not really paying much attention, and then all of a sudden, something interesting pops out. There's a kid screaming outside, but it doesn't seem like a microphone is picking that up. I have a good microphone. It only picks up what I want it to pick up. So this, I think, we heard from, well, from him at the first conversation we had. So, another case of trust no one, huh? Ah, could it be that middle-aged Victor is our machine imposter? That could be just too easy, though. That said, he does seem to be the the victor that is most content with being in this location. I don't know. We'll see if I find the answer to that question at some point. And in other news, I just helped my parents throw out their old freezer. It weighed 60 kilos, which is a little more than my own body weight. And I am already sore in my arms. Oh. Damn it, I can't believe Fire Emblem Echoes for the next couple of days. I'm sure. I get very sore when I get sore muscles. I'm just not in a very good shape. And obviously not for being some kind of a lard ass, I just don't exercise a lot. Genetics or something, I don't know. Shall we move on? Progress from this little thing, maybe? Come on. Yes, I have read hints to this effect. I think I mentioned that in a previous episode. But what we need to do is get these map pieces, put them in some kind of order. I don't know which, but I am so far going under the assumption that the red line is important somehow. And once we do get all the map pieces, if there are more than 4, I really don't know. That is when we will have, I don't know, episode 41, hopefully. Okay, nothing more to click on here. Right, we leave. Time to rearrange the map pieces a little. Now, before this clip, I went back to the cruise liner and got a bottle of liquor from the bar cabinet, which I hadn't noticed I could click on before. Yeah, just putting this and yeah, just give the thing here. Yeah, you see. That will give us his map piece. We can give him either the bottle of liquor or a remote control that we can also find in Mr. Morton's surveillance room. And note also that the game will actually not allow us to offer alcohol to the baby Victor. Just pointing that out. And like I said in the previous clip, this is where we get the remote control. Of course, I already gave the liquor to the middle-aged Victor, so let's just go back and put the map piece in place. So back here with middle-aged Victor. Oh, right, I didn't actually succeed at giving him the liquor before. But yeah, you can either give him the liquor or the remote control. Oh well, that's embarrassing. I guess I didn't pay much attention to the previous clip. Oh well. So this thing of the machine imposter felt kind of out of the blue for me, but that is a thread we need to pursue. And to be honest, when that comes to a head later in the chapter, well, not a whole lot later actually, it's in part 41, I think, already. Well, I have to say I feel it is kind of arbitrary, but maybe there's some kind of a meta something in it because, well, you'll see. And it will shock the socks off of you. Well, at least it did for me, but let's just deal with that when we get there. Post-commentary after having finished the game for the win. So you have to ask him about this first before you can offer him the liquor or the remote control. And, well, I'm just being thorough here, just clicking through everything for the sake of having clicked through everything. There's a lot of, well, I don't know if I would call it philosophical speculation, but lots of interesting thinking going on. And the disconnect between dream worlds, and real time. Well, you kind of have to give them props for that. So, there's a lot to wrap your head around. Of course, we've already established what the order means. It's just shifting around the map pieces. And I will look up how to do that in a walkthrough for part 41. So you don't have to just watch me struggle with that craziness. And because I don't really deal in alcoholic beverages, I just up and gave him the remote control. Much better for him than drinking anyway. All along, the map piece was right there. Oh, well, seeing as we seem to have a bit of extra time here for this clip, I do intend to make a sort of a video where I summarize my thoughts a little of the game after the final episode. That will be for part 42, by the way. I don't really know how I will do it at this point, but it will be coming. Well, I suppose I won't go too much in depth there, but yeah, just talk about a few points. So we are now up to 5 map pieces. The 6th one is from the contemporary Victor, the one we wished into existence not too long ago. And this clip starts kind of... well, I think I kind of glitched it a little. The Victor under the cursor is the contemporary Victor, the one that was wished into this world by the player. So I am, well, the player Victor is the one on the back right section of the screen. And I kind of started this midway through, this recording, I don't know why, but, well, oops. So here we finally find our contemporary Victor, and this is also where we find the last map piece. To get the map piece at this point, you need to bring something he can eat. I am told you can either give him a sandwich or do what I do and give him a hard-boiled egg. Yeah, Legion was very memorable. Don't judge, bro. Don't judge. Yeah, a bit like, you know, dealing with the devil kind of thing. But there you go. Not weird at all, he says. Well, anyway, I will end up with the final map piece, and that will wrap up this part of the adventure and this video. So in the next one I will be back doing real-time commentary, and that will be part 41, and of course the part after that will be the final part of this Let's Play. And I will round off after that again with some comments and thoughts I had after digesting all this for a few days. So, I will see you soon.